So here's another way to find places where you can scale. Brainstorm yourself or with the team or whoever you feel comfortable with all of the things that your company is good at. So let's call these things your superpowers. So let's say part of your vision, for example, is to make $100,000 per month. Then in the middle of your diagram, you would have your goal, and all of the offshoots would be the things that your company is good at. So it might look something like this. So you've got this diagram, you've got 100,000 there, and in this hypothetical example, this company is good at lead generation, they're good at technical stuff, they're good at social media, they're good at working with affiliates, they're good at building websites, they're good at taking part and organizing masterminds, outsourcing, copywriting, email marketing, and Facebook ads, right? It's not, most companies have some of those skills. So now what I want you to do is brainstorm what type of businesses or people could use those superpowers. So for example, you might have Facebook ads. I mean, if you were to try and sell that service, you could set up a Facebook agency helping other businesses with Facebook ads. You're good at lead generation. You could generate leads for your competitors, for other niches, to build a list to sell. You're good at technical tasks. You could set up products that you could sell to teach people, or you could do support for others. But there's literally, hundreds of things that you can do that your business could probably do that you've just never really sat down and thought about. Now let's take this one stage further. For example, your business is good at lead gen, right? So you can generate leads, you can generate them for yourselves, but you could also generate them for like I said, renting a list. So you could build a list specifically to rent out. You could, work with competitors to build leads for them. So you could create an entirely new market within a new niche. So let's move this again. So now that you've mapped out your superpowers, you want to identify what the quickest, fastest, and most profitable bridge might be. So basically, you need a way to score all those superpowers and find the best idea. I call this system the ICE scoring system. It stands for Impact, Confidence, and Ease. So look at impact. So you've got all of those different ideas, right? But which one of them would have the most impact on your business? And usually that's a dollar amount. So which one of those ideas would create the most money for your business, be most impactful? Next, which one are you confident that you could do? You might have 100 ideas, but there's a degree of confidence in each of those ideas that you could actually make that thing happen. How easy would it be to do? So some of the ideas might be fantastic. You might be confident that you could do them. They might be impactful, but it might take a lot of time. They might take a lot of bandwidth. They might take a lot of resources. So you also want something that's reasonably easy to implement. And this is where it all comes down to. So the next stage, we want to put all of that onto an Excel sheet, something that you can look at. And it should look something like this. So on the left-hand side, you've got your superpowers. What are the things that you're good at? It might be building websites, your mastermind, your lead gen, your outsourcing. All of the things are on that left-hand column. Then we have the first bridge. So if you were to sell any of those skills, the bridge to the next part is who would buy those? What type of businesses would buy those? For example, Facebook ads. You might say, okay, well, I could set up an agency and help other businesses. But the second bridge, or the second part of that is there any low-hanging fruit? Have I ever been contacted by someone to help them? Do I know someone who needs help? Do I know a person that I can go to straight away and almost be guaranteed to get business? So that's the second part of the bridge. So let's look at lead generation. So you could, for example, do lead gen for your competitors, and maybe one of your competitors you know by name. So Mr. X, for example, he's somebody you could call up and say, look, I'm now in a lead gen business. I'm happy to sell you leads. Would you be interested? If you've got a contact like that, that's a bridge. So how impactful would that be? In this case, you've allocated it as a 9, right? So it'd be very impactful for your business. How confident are you that you could do it? You would give that a score of 8. All of these are on a score of 0 to 10. And how easy would it to be? In this instance, you've allocated an 8. So of all of these ideas, the one that is probably the easiest to implement and the quickest would be lead generation. So you've given it a score of 25. This also works well if you're working in teams and you've asked them to do the exercise and you combine all of the Excel sheets, you can data sort it into the best ideas. It's a great way to consolidate a lot of brainstorming sessions.